Lord, now going over all this, Lord, I've, funny enough, it took me now to realize this, Lord, you've been with us the whole way, Lord. I mean, you've protected us when there was a mythical creature running next to us, Lord. You've protected us from all the evil, the bad out there, Lord. I mean, you even made sure we had food, Lord.
There's a village between KwaZulu-Natal and the Eastern Cape called Getuie.
Yeah, right by the river mouth.
Yeah, I think it's even before Mtate. But anyway, it's like right next to this casino. I can't remember the casino's name. Golden something casino. Now, on the one side of the river is the location. On the other side of the river is the village. Now, the village where we stayed in, the neighbor is about maybe, I don't want to lie, about maybe 5-6 kilometers away from you. And there's just these pathways that go randomly. We decided we're going to walk along the beach. We are tired of the road. Maybe the beach is quicker. That was the most dumbest idea we ever came up with. But eventually we saw this path going into the bushes. So we decided we're going to follow this path. We followed this path for a while, about maybe half an hour, and we found our first little hut. Or may I say 3 huts, but same family. My brother went there, asked for food. Okay, there was, how many of us? There was 3 of us.
It was you, myself, and
Sure. Now, there was 3 of us at the time. Companion we found at one of the other shelters. Now, he walked with us all the way until Knysna, but while we were staying there in Getuie, this family looked after us. They took us in like we were their own children, and they would come in, even better, we felt like kings over there. They would come in the morning with a tray first, and then it's got this, I can't remember what its name is, I think Dombolo. It's like a potato, but once you peel it, it's like slimy. It feels like you're peeling a snail.
Yeah, it's like literally slum, makes like a string of slum.
But once you eat it, it tastes like baked beans and mashed potatoes.
And it's very filling. I mean, you eat one of those, bro, you full at least until 1-2 o'clock.
Yeah, and they'll come with a whole bowl of that, and then a bucket of tea.
Pot of tea.
Pot of tea. And then they'll come in with another tray, and that would be for like lunch, and that would be sweet potatoes and tea again. Yeah. And then the sun, at the time we were smoky weed, so the sun would come in as well with this big newspaper. We didn't know what it was at first, and you put it down in front of us, and you open it up, and there was this just mountain of weed, and then the mom would come there with like 3 boxes of BB tobacco. So they looked after us quite well. The woman that looked after us, she was running a thing for tourists. Yeah, like tourists could come there and see how the villagers lived. In that village, that's like the one place that I'm still amazed by today. There's no fleas, there's no mosquitoes, there's no ticks, there's nothing like that.
And there's livestock there.
There's livestock and everything there. But I think it's the way they organize the fields. Like after the cattle eat, they'll burn the grass, and the cattle eat one side else, and then they'll burn the grass that side and bring the cattle back to the other side.
The Miracle Place. Wat is The Miracle Place? Jy kan op Facebook gaan kyk en follow The Miracle Place. Miracle Place kan jy na toe kom vir die volgende redes. As jy drug addict is, as jy 'n issue het aan selfoon verslaaf is, jy's aan suiker verslaaf, whatever jy aan verslaaf is, jy kan kom inboek vir 'n maand, jy kan inboek vir 'n jaar, jy kan inboek vir 6 jaar. Maar kom na The Miracle Place. Ons skep vir jou hier 'n omgewing vir Jesus Christus, en dan kan jy hom aanneem, en uit Miracle Place uit, The Miracle Place, vat ons die mense, en ons oorweet hulle, of hulle dan nie wil vir sendelinge gaan nie, en 'n bietjie 'n stappie verder gaan nie. Wat The Miracle Place ook bied, is partykeer net 'n fire miracle event, dis sommer net vir 2 dae, wat jy kan kom, en as jy wil vuur van God hê, dan kom kry jy sy vuur. Nou, natuurlik, kan jy net vuur kry en dan gemaak jy hom weer dood en kom kry vuur. Jy moet dit blywend hou met die woord van God. Maar jy kan hiernatoe ook mense bring wat kanker het. Hulle kom boekie in nie, maar hulle kry daai miracle en fire events. So hou dit dop op The Miracle Place se Facebook, en as iemand siek is, kom daai 2 dae en kom dat die persoon gesond raak. Julle is so welkom. Volg ons, die Here seën.
Thing, we got a job eventually on a farm, a milk dairy farm actually, outside of Wilderness, actually between Wilderness and Sedgefield, called Hookville. There we stayed for about 2.5 years. We worked there and everything, but yeah, the guy was very, I can say, you'd say he was Christian, but he didn't do Christian-like things. He made us work like slaves. The living conditions weren't so well. The water that we had to drink was coming from a river where the sewage line was just above of the location, from the location sewage line was just above the hill. So when it rained, it flowed over into the drinking water for the cattle and the humans.
Into the dairy.
Yeah, and it got pumped into the dairy, and we were like, okay, no, we can't do this.
2.5 years, he kept promising us to go for courses like AI or KI, which is artificial insemination. We kept promising us that as another carrot held in front of us, and how to measure the feed on the land, so you know how much feed to give to your, because what happens is you half, or you divide the land between the cows. So you spun a shock rod, which is a wire, a rope wire, then it's got electricity pulses that run through it to keep the cows from not going over. Promised us to do that. I mean, we didn't have a toilet. We had to use a bucket as a toilet for 2.5 years. Didn't have clean running water, so our stomachs kept running. The place that we were living, there was always dust, these big holes in the thing that we had to build ourselves anyway. It was made of asbestos. We started losing our taste, smell. And yeah, my brother and I said, yeah, we started falling heavy into crystal meth. I mean, our whole pay went into it to a point where we didn't even know what was coming or going. I mean, didn't know what day it was or anything. We'd fall asleep standing up trying to, while we were busy milking the cows. So yeah, and then my brother and I decided, you know, this is going to be the end of us if we don't change. And we felt that we couldn't change. I mean, the location is right, it's just a walk away. You can go buy all that you need and then come back, and same thing over and over. So yeah, then we hit the streets again, started walking again, and yeah, went all the way to Durban, from Durban to Boksburg.
Yeah.
Lived in Boksburg with one of our friends there for about a week, or we thought he was a friend anyway. Ended up back on the street again. From there we went to Richards Bay, from Richards Bay all the way back down to Durban, from Durban back to the Western Cape.
Talking about Richards Bay, that was like one of the most scariest stories we've ever been told or heard of. Was we got picked up by this some Goma, and he told us, yeah, are you guys dumb or mental or something like that? We couldn't understand what he was talking about at first, and then he started explaining to us that Pongolo is one of the biggest, I think one of the biggest locations I've seen here in South Africa, excluding the Eastern Cape. But like, I mean like location where the shacks are like really right on top of each other. They're even leaning halfway over the highways. And he picks us up and he's like, "Are you guys dumb, or is there something wrong with you guys' brains or something?" Like, we didn't understand. We thought, okay, no, he's just trying because we walk so far or something like that. Eventually he told us no, because this is like one of the most safest places in South Africa, yeah, for a white person to be. We already walked like, I think about 100 and something kilometers of this thing without anyone bothering us or anything like that.
Yeah, it's true.
And this Samgoma, he only had one leg. He had a Mercedes-Benz AMG.
Yeah, I'm not
The
sure. Well,
coupe.
it was two-door and he didn't go less than 200.
Yeah, he was driving like 220. I was just looking out the window thinking, okay, this is where I'm going to die now.
Seatbelts.
Yeah, I put my seatbelt on. He bought us KFC. He gave us each 100 rand.
I would say, you know, don't give up. It's at that point where you're about to give up. I mean, the street's either going to make you or break you. And a lot of people it breaks. I mean, me as well. You don't realize it at the time, but it messes you up a bit. Anyway, what I'll say is don't give up. Just before that point where you give up, something great is going to happen. Stay humble. I mean, for all the bad that you're going to do, trust me, it comes back tenfold. Trust me, the wheel turns. And, you know, even though you're on the streets and you might get a good blessing. I mean, my brother and I have got good blessings. Try and share. There's other people out there as well that don't have that opportunity. And you know, now that I know God, I know there's a lot of people, yeah, these people are Bible bashers, whatnot. Yes, at a point you do get people that are Bible bashers, they're all this Christian in front of you, but behind the scenes they're all this and that. You know, pray to God, it helps really. Prayer is flippin' strong. Pray to God and keep going. Just believe that there is something better waiting for you. Just try. And
Speer International en Speer SA. Speer SA is Speer Suid-Afrika. Nou wat ons doen is ons stuur sendelinge uit. Na hulle klaar gestudeer het by School of Fire, kan hulle gaan na verskillende wêrelddele en plekke. Ons het ook sendelinge daar buite. U kan ook bydra by dit. So Speer International stuur sendelinge uit. Maar wanneer ons in School of Fire studeer, en die ou bring sy kant en hy munt uit, dan raak hy 'n speer, soos ons dit noem. En dan is hy Speer SA. En dan bekwam hy vir 'n sendeling, 'n pastoor, 'n evangelis, 'n beraader, maak nie saak nie, in werk vir die Here. Maar mense daar buite het partykeer ondervindinge jare al vir Jesus. Hulle het nie 3 jaar gestudeer nie, maar hulle wil ook graag sendelinge raak, maar hulle kan nie vir 3 jaar kom nie. Dan bel jy ons het 'n onderhoud met jou, en jy kan round-off kursus kom doen hier by Speer International. En dan kan ons jou ook uitstuur. Maar dit kan jy nie deur 'n e-posadres hanteer nie. Jy bel ons, daar is 2 nommers op die skerm. Dit is myne en Andre Strauss se nommer. Bel ons en ons praat met jou. God seën.
those that are addicted to drugs and whatnot. My brother and I, the reason why we say the walk to recovery, when you're between 2 towns, Maria, and there's no houses, there's nothing around you, where you're going to buy what your next fix is. So that's where you come clean. Those kilometers you walk, those drugs, trust me, you sweat it out of you now. Yes, it's tough. It really is. I mean, my brother and I are very privileged. We had each other. We didn't do it alone. There's a lot of people out there that are doing it alone, which I take my hats off for. But, you know, don't give up. Don't lose faith. Just.
No, like I said, there was 5 of us that decided we were going to go to the Western Cape. Out of the 5 of us, it was just Alan that he made it with us to the Western Cape. God, and he was in his 40s. He made it up with us to the Western Cape, to Durban and everything. The other, Donovan Butler, he turned around in Bloemfontein because, okay, his excuse, he had a case, but yeah, he was still using drugs.
Every morning we wake up, you'll tap Alan's like, Alan, we're going to die. We're going to die. Alan, today we're going to die.
So yeah, eventually, and then the other guy, he decided he's only going to make it to Noport.
And yeah, we told him try not to get burned because actually our plan was to go to the Western Cape and look for work there, start a new life. And yeah, it didn't quite work out that way. So we told him when you walk, keep your long, even though it gets hot, keep your long clothing on because the sun, trust me, it burns and it burns you purple. So we told him keep it on, he didn't want to listen. He was walking around with a vest, short pants, it wasn't long and he looked like an Indian. burnt. And yeah, I mean, he didn't work along with the group or anything, because like with my brother, it's just my brother now, we have our roles that we play. So Thorn was navigation, because he's good with navigation. You drop me off outside the front gate, I'm probably already lost. And then I used to make sure we got food, I made sure we ate and whatever. So yeah, we each had our role to play at that stage, and he was always complaining about the food, always complaining it's not enough, but ate the most. So yeah, he didn't last very long with us. And then yeah, Donovan went back because he had a case. He had a case, pending case in Boksburg or something that he had to go back to. They lock him up. And then, yeah, Ellen was the only one that literally made it with us all the way to Cape Town, from Cape Town back to Johannesburg, Ellen Bodley.
Yeah, but the long way back to Joburg. We went from the Western Cape, okay, we walked the N1 all the way until the N9. From the N9, we got into past Uniondale to George, from George to PE, through Eastern Cape, all that, all the way until Durban. Wasn't Durban, it was Margate. We still ended up in Harding. Yeah, one word of advice, never go to Harding if you're going to be walking. The farmers will beat you up.
I mean, we literally just woke up. We slept next to the road, funny enough. We slept next to the road. We just woke up. Yeah, I'm busy hitchhiking, me, my brother, and Ellen. I'm busy hitchhiking. This farmer pulls over. Yeah, I start running to the thing. Like, I mean, he stopped at quite a distance here. So I start running to Bucky thinking it's a lift. As I climb, this guy climbs out with an attitude. I'm like, oh crap, what's going on now? He drops us, he tells us, then the security comes, he spins, stops his car. He's like, yeah, I almost shot you guys. The three of you, it was you three. I almost shot you guys. I'm like, what the hell's this guy? I didn't even hear a gunshot. Apparently someone broke into this guy's farm anyway, and he opened fire on them. They ended up taking us to the police station, checking our background or whatever. Yeah, they checked my brother's, checked Ellen's. I ended up saying, yeah, my name's Warren Swift. So they went in. They found a warrant, not me. They found a Warren Swift, business burglary, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, whoa, it's not me, it's Warren Edwin Swift. And he's like, oh, okay, clean. My breed, that night I thought I was going to sit. It was so fast as I spoke. Anyway, yeah, from there, the cops actually gave us a lift all the way until?
To Ramsgate, to this place called Tent City, which is...
Yeah, another shelter place.
For old people.
Yeah, they got kids there as well, but they don't just let anyone off the street, and I mean, you've got to be referred by someone or something. Very nice place. The owner of the place's name is Eugene, or it was then, that was a good few years ago. Eugene, a big guy.
The whole place has been sponsored by
Toyota. Sanlam, yeah.
Golf course club, I don't know which.
Golf course.
Prys die Here, ek wil jou uitnooi na School of Fire toe. Nou wat gebeur by School of Fire? Jy kan menigte dinge hier doen. Jy kan vir 'n pastoor kom leer vir 3 jaar lank, of jy kan vir 'n beraader kom leer. Jy kan vir 'n evangelis. Jy kan jou bekwam om vir God te werk. Jy kan ook 'n gap jaar vat. Maar nou het ons ook gap seisoene. Dat jy net vir 3 maande kom en net 'n grondslag in jou lewe kry, 'n fondasie kan kom bou by School of Fire. Die nommer is nou op die skerm. Al wat jy moet doen, jy moet net jou e-posadres sound toe WhatsApp en ons stuur vir jou inligting. Jy kan ook na die inligting vir ons bel en 'n bietjie gesels en ons kan hierdie ding uitmekaar uitsit. Daar's ook 'n volunteerafdeling wat jy op die plaas by die krokodille kan kom werk. Hier's ook ander afdelings. Daar is kamerawerk, daar's klankwerk. Ag, daar is baie om op te noem. Daar's leerwerk, daar is materiaalwerk om rokke te maak. Jy kan hare doen. Jy kan naels doen. Baie verskeidenheid goed wat ook baie prakties is. Skakel ons en ons kan met jou gesels by School of Fire en ons het 'n baie mooi track record. Jy kan ons ook volg op ons page van School of Fire. Nou ja, die nommer is op die skerm. Stuur nou jou e-posadres met 'n WhatsApp en kom join School of Fire.
One of the most scariest places I can say truly is Durban. Yeah, remember that guy that was spinning on his head?
No, that wasn't scary. That guy was just I think he used too much of something.
I don't know, but it was in the middle of the night. We decided, okay, no, we want to get out of Durban because it's busy. There's literally no place to sleep. You got a whole bunch of RTs and heroin addicts and everything like that. Yeah, so we decided, no, we were going to keep walking until we get to a safer place. While we were walking, there's this black guy. He's got his feet on the ground, his head on the ground, and his ass in the air. but he's like rolling or something. I can't explain.
His head is the pivot point, and he's like doing these tumbles, like going in circles. It's weird. My brother and I crossed
Across the road, we decided we were going to walk big circle around him. He didn't even realize we were even there.
Do you remember, where was it when we were walking and there was those wind turbines and we saw that thing?
That was before, that was Ilum or something like that dirt road.
Anyway, we're busy walking now, it's starting to get dark, or it's dark enough that you can still see silhouettes of things but can't really make out. As we're walking, there's this thing on the side of the road. Now we're busy walking on the side of the road, now there's this thing on the side. I've told my brother, Thorn, what is that? What is that? He's like, it looks like a human. He's like, I know. So we cross the road and we don't dare. Thorn keeps telling me like, dude, look back. Is it following us? Is it following us? I'm like, I'm not looking, dude. It was the scariest moment. Like when you go past, you get these chills even down your back. And my brother was arguing, so look back. It's like, I'm not looking, you look back.
No, I didn't even look at it. He's like, look, dude, what is it? What is that? I'm like, I'm not looking at it. I'm looking this way. I'm not even looking in front of him, but you can see it, and it was huge, it was big, and we can't see what it was. It was scary. But then also another scary point in our life, like once you walk the Getuie pass, right, you'll realize you only have 3 days to get through the Getuie. And that's if you got a 2-liter water at least. If you don't have a 2-liter water, you're not going to make it through the Getuie pass. You are going to end up dead on the N2.
You got your, how many Ks? And then
you got, okay, the whole Getuie is 144 Ks, but you got, I think it's like 70-something Ks to the petrol port, and then another 70-something Ks to...
And the only things that's in between there is pine forest. Full on pine forest. I mean,
but if you're coming from Nature's Valley side, it's not too hectic because you got the pine forest, there's shade at least, there's...
It's not like here in the Northern Cape.
Yeah, you're covered. But once you get past the petrol port, you got another 70-something Ks where it's desert. It's just desert, or not really desert, but farmlands where there's nothing basically. There's no way of survival. Unless you go to the farm workers, but that's not every single day. I think there's only that one house that's there alongside the highway where they give us the milk.
That happened there?
Yeah, well, now we're walking from the other side, from the desert side through to Nature's Valley. While we're walking, it's the middle of the night. We get to the pine forest section. Now apparently there's also a wolf sanctuary there. And now the lightning comes and everything. Lightning hits.
Flashbang. I mean,
you can't see nothing for like 10 minutes.
Pouring, bro. I mean, there it rains often. So we walk in, it's dark, and there's this, dude, I don't even know how many meters ahead was it. It was a few meters ahead of us. It's literally like a flashbang. You can't see anything. Then we hear in the bush, right next to us, in the bush, but it's something running
like big, but it's huge.
My brother, so fast my brother, yeah, it was you, myself, and Shoal. Yeah, Shoal.
Shoal dropped down to his knees and started crying, please not now, please not now. We decided we were going to run into the pine forest. No, we all just split it into the opposite direction. I went this direction, my brother went that direction. Shoal was still there in the storm drain crying.
Yeah, when we finally got our heads together, we were like, what the hell was it? Still to this day, we have no idea what it was. But I have to say, I mean, that lightning flash, it was insane. I mean, dude, you're walking, it's pitch dark. Just imagine it's pitch dark.
You can't even see your hand in front of your face, but then all of a sudden this flashbang comes, and then you can't see nothing.
Yeah, it was wicked. And also, the Getuie has also been good to us. I mean, when we found that 2.5-year job on the farm was actually through the Getuie. We were going through there and we decided to make a fire to cook some pap mealie meal.
Which is very illegal.
Yeah, you're not allowed to make fires in a pine forest, guys. Keep that in. They've got like their own private fire brigade. Anyway, so these 2 Afrikaans guys were busy driving the buck and they obviously saw the smoke. So we killed the fire. We just killed the fire and we started eating. Now I hear them coming, so I told them, don't run, don't do anything, you know. If they come, you just explain them, whatever happens, happens. So they came, we explained our story to them, we showed them the buck they were eating and everything. They took us out to the buck, he gave us a lift to the petrol ports and then told us about the guy that might be able to help us with the farm job. And then, yeah, that's how we got the work. We ended up giving him a phone call through their phone. We didn't have a phone at the time. And we walked from there all the way to Hookville, from the Getuie Pass petrol port, to Hookville, 3 days.
3.5 days.
Yeah, 3.5 days straight. I mean, but then I'm not lying to you, we didn't sleep at all. Yes, there was drugs involved. Yeah, we didn't sleep at all. Ended up getting, I mean, it was raining. Everything was wet. We were wet. We were dirty. We had no shoes. And then, yeah, the farmer, he picked us up, gave us a place to stay, work and everything. Good pay, but yeah, as I said, we were on drugs then, so pay went mostly to that. But yeah, also good memories. So Getuie is not only all that bad. It's brought us some good memories as well. Lord, now going over all this, Lord, I've, funny enough, it took me now to realize this, Lord, you've been with us the whole way, Lord. I mean, you've protected us when there was a mythical creature running next to us, Lord. You've protected us from all the evil, the bad out there, Lord. I mean, you even made sure we had food, Lord. Every day, there wasn't a day we actually went truly hungry. We didn't starve once, Lord. And I pray, Lord, that you forgive me and my brother for not realizing this sooner, Lord. Lord, I also want to say thank you. Thank you for this beautiful opportunity, Lord, to actually get our story out there and maybe help people through the tough times, Lord. Lord, I also pray that you look after the people that are here, Lord, and the people that are carrying out your mission, Lord. Give them the foresight and the wisdom, Lord, to carry out your mission, your work for them, Lord. Lord, I pray that you keep a protective hand over all of us here and all those that follow you and believe in you, Lord. Lord, I pray that you help my brother and I come to the realization of what you have planned for us. We all know what we want to do, but it's no longer about that, Lord. It's about what do you want us to do, Lord. Lord, I pray that you look after the rest of the crew here, Lord, throughout this day. And Lord, I'm truly grateful for all that you have done for all of us, Lord. I pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.